Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second annual Shrewsbury Police Department Awards Ceremony. My name is Sergeant Larry Napolitano. It is my distinct honor and privilege to be your Master of Ceremonies for tonight's event. At this time, I would ask that you all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Before we start tonight's event, I would request that everyone remain seated until the end of the event and invite you all to please join us for some refreshments from Napoli's Italian Deli and Catering, which will be served at the conclusion of our event. We also ask that you please silence your cell phones throughout the ceremony. I would now like to introduce our Chief of Police, Kevin Anderson, for a welcoming address.
Good evening. As Chief of Police for the town of Shrewsbury, I'd like to welcome you to our second annual awards ceremony. Tonight, we're here to celebrate and acknowledge the dedication not only of the individuals we are honoring, but also the entire Shrewsbury community. It's a great honor to serve as Chief of Police in such a great community as Shrewsbury. We consistently rank as one of the safest communities, not just in the state, but in the country. That is a testament to the commitment of our officers and the unwavering support we receive from each and every one of you daily. This support is deeply appreciated and is vital to our ongoing progress and development as a leading law enforcement agency in the Commonwealth. The truth is, we're all in this together. Success we celebrate tonight is a result of teamwork, not just among our department members, but between our officers and all of you here today. Whether you're a teacher, a business owner, a parent, a student, or a neighbor, each of you plays a vital role in the well-being of our town. The dedication of everyone in this room is what enables us to consistently provide high-quality police services and enhance the quality of life for all, and that's all the citizens we serve. Thank you for being here tonight.
I would like to ask Ms. Patricia Babin, Mr. Peter Cabalbo, Mr. Jim Coates, Mr. Daniel Cronin, Mr. Brian Girardi, Mr. Joseph Garnett, Chief Jay Hester, Mr. Randy Holmquist, Mr. Joseph McCarthy, Mr. Michael McGinnis, Mr. Chuck Pratt, Mr. Steve Rice, and Mr. Dan Sklook to all please come forward. Our first awards of the evening are the Shrewsbury Police Department Meritorious Service Awards. The Shrewsbury Police Department is honored to present Meritorious Service Awards to all 13 of these individuals for their hard work and dedication to the Shrewsbury Police Department. Combined, these 13 officers gave 344 years of their lives to this community before retiring. The Shrewsbury Police Department would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to all 13 officers for their outstanding contributions and decades of honor, integrity, and bravery, awarded this day, the 21st of May, 2025. Thank you. I would now like to ask Miss Sophia N. and Miss Sharita Kalakiri to come forward. The Shrewsbury Police Department is honored to present a Civilian Distinguished Service Award to Miss N. and Miss Kalakiri. In June of 2024, the Shrewsbury Police Department received a 911 call from a female who was the victim of a domestic violence incident. A male party had arrived at her residence unannounced and highly intoxicated. The male became violent and attempted to force his way into the residence. The female was able to flee the residence, at which time the male chased the female into a neighboring yard where he violently attacked her. While on top of the male wrapped his hands around the female's neck and was strangling her. Miss N. and Miss Kalakiri, who were walking by, observed the incident and immediately pulled the male off the victim, allowing her to get free and call 911. Their actions saved the life of the victim, and if they did not intervene, it is most likely the outcome would have been very different. In a recent conversation, the victim stated that if it were not for those girls, I don't know if I would be here today. The Shrewsbury Police Department would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Sophia N. and Sharita Kalakiri for their outstanding contributions and service, awarded this day, the 21st of May. I would like to ask Miss Michelle Kraus, Mr. Richard Doherty, Miss Pamela Johnson, Miss Caitlin Weaver, and Officer Trevor Andrews to come forward. The Shrewsbury Police Department is honored to present a Civilian Distinguished Service Award to Miss Kraus, Mr. Doherty, Miss Johnson, and Miss Weaver, and the Department Life Saving Award to Officer Andrews. In April of 2025, Officer Trevor Andrews was working his assigned shift as a school resource officer at Shrewsbury High School. At approximately 12:48 over the school radio, Officer Andrews heard someone call for 911, an AED, and assistance in a classroom. The teacher of this room was Mr. Doherty. A student in his class began to suffer a medical emergency. Mr. Doherty grabbed the student to make sure he didn't his head or choke, as he was unsure of what exactly was going on, but recognized the student's condition was declining. He immediately called for the nurses. Officer Andrews and Miss Kraus, Miss Johnson, and Miss Weaver rushed down to this room, grabbed an AED from the first floor. Miss Johnson and Miss Weaver immediately began CPR and gave the report that the student was unconscious, unresponsive, and had no pulse. Officer Andrews radioed for EMS and fire at Shrewsbury High School and notified that they were performing CPR on someone. Miss Kraus came in with the AED, and Officer Andrews and she applied the pads. Officer Andrews then took over chest compressions as Miss Johnson continued with rescue breaths. The AED gave one shock total, and the student did respond to the shock. Eventually, after more CPR, the student began to breathe normally. The medics arrived on scene and transported the student to the hospital in stable condition. The Shrewsbury Police Department would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Ms. Kraus, Mr. Doherty, Ms. Johnson, and Ms. Weaver, and Officer Andrews for their outstanding contributions and service, awarded this day, the 21st of May, 2025. The next award of the evening will be the Shrewsbury Police Department Longevity Award. I would like to ask Detective Paul Brown, Sergeant Brian Skloot, Sergeant Brett Wester, and Officer Corey Van Beekham to please come forward. The Shrewsbury Police Department is honored to present longevity awards to Detective Brown for his 25 years of service, Sergeant Skloot, Sergeant Wester, and Officer Corey Van Beekham for their 10 years of service to our community. The next award will be the Shrewsbury Police Department Police Service Award. I would ask Detective Jeffrey Swenson and Chris Vieira to come forward. Detectives Svensson and Vieira distinguished themselves from the time period of 2022 until 2024, serving as field training officers for the Shrewsbury Police Department. A field training officer is one of the most important positions on an entire police department, as they have direct influence on shaping and training new officers. During their tenure as FTOs, Svensson and Vieira trained and mentored 24 young officers. They played a critical and direct role in ensuring these new officers were trained to the highest standards, giving them the best tools possible to protect themselves and others. Their professionalism and expertise ensured that these new officers maintain the highest standards of the Shrewsbury Police Department. The department would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Detectives Jeff Svensson and Chris Vieira for their outstanding contributions and service. The next award will be the Shrewsbury Police Department Excellence Award. Detective Jeffrey Swenson distinguished himself as a detective in March of 2025. On this date, the Shrewsbury Police Department received a call for a report of a residential burglary. Upon initial response, patrol officers conducted a canine track through wooden terrain, which indicated a calculated and concealed entry and exit by the suspects. Shortly thereafter, the Shrewsbury Police Department was notified by a New York Police Department of a GPS tracking warrant tied to a known breaking and entering crew out of New York. The suspect vehicle had been located near the break in Shrewsbury during the time of the burglary, providing a critical lead. Detective Svensson displayed exceptional determination and thoroughness while investigating the case. He successfully identified all 4 individuals responsible for the residential break-in through relentless investigative work and countless hours liaising with multiple out-of-state law enforcement agencies. Not only did he piece together a complex multi-jurisdictional case, but he also secured arrest warrants for the suspects, ensuring that they would be held accountable and bringing a sense of closure to the victims. The Shrewsbury Police Department would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation for Detective Jeffrey Svensson for his outstanding contributions and service, awarded this day, the 21st of May. I would like to ask that Detective Paul Brown come forward. In April of 2025, Detective Brown led an investigation involving an elderly victim whose bank account had been compromised and had over $100,000 stolen from her. Through meticulous investigative work, Detective Brown uncovered the suspects had created multiple fraudulent brokerage accounts and successfully siphoned the money from the victim's bank account. Demonstrating both persistence and expertise, Detective Brown quickly coordinated with the involved financial institutions and brokerage companies. His swift action and determination enabled him to successfully freeze the fraudulent accounts before the stolen funds could be transferred overseas, a crucial step in preventing permanent loss. Going above and beyond, Detective Brown continued to advocate on the victim's behalf, working tirelessly to navigate the complex financial systems and processes. As a direct result of his effort, the victim was made financially whole, and the entire $108,000 was recovered. Detective Brown's exceptional performance in this case not only prevented further financial loss, but also restored a sense of safety and justice for the victim. With the Shrewsbury Police Department Excellence Award, the department would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation and thanks to Detective Paul Brown for his outstanding contributions and service. Detective Brown was involved in yet another case worthy of the Excellence Award. I would ask that Detective Kyle Amato and Officer Noah Jower please come forward and stand with Detective Brown. Detectives Kyle Amato and Paul Brown and Officer Noah Jower distinguished themselves in July of 2024. The Shrewsbury Police Department received a call for a male brandishing a firearm at a local business. Officer Jower responded and reported that the suspect had fled in a vehicle. Officers were able to quickly obtain an accurate description of the suspect and the car and put out a bolo for the vehicle. A short time later, Charlton police located the vehicle and conducted a motor vehicle stop. Shrewsbury officers responded to Charlton and upon arrival positively identified the suspect. The suspect was found to be in possession of a firearm and was arrested. Officers also later located inside this vehicle narcotics and over $25,000 in cash. With information obtained during this case, Detectives Amato and Detective Brown assisted in obtaining a search warrant to search another location in Oxford in relation to this investigation. In coordination with the Charlton Police, Oxford Police, and the ATF, they discovered multiple firearms, drugs, and over $717,000 in U.S. currency, which was seized under the asset forfeiture statute. The Shrewsbury Police Department would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Detectives Kyle Amato and Paul Brown and Officer Noah Jower for their outstanding contributions and service, awarded this day, the 21st of May, 2025. I would like to invite Lieutenant Kevin Caviston to step forward and be recognized with Officer Jower for our next Excellence Award. In October of 2024, Lieutenant Kevin Caviston and Officer Noah Jower were on patrol in a two-man car. At approximately 18:38 hours, Lieutenant Caviston and Officer Jower conducted a motor vehicle stop on Hartford Turnpike. After viewing open containers of alcohol in a bag that is often used to carry weapons, they asked the operator to exit the vehicle. At this point, the operator fled in the vehicle, leading the officers on a pursuit. After the operator crashed his vehicle further up the road, Lieutenant Caviston and Officer Jower ordered the suspect out of the vehicle at gunpoint, took him into custody safely after a brief struggle. After securing the suspect, they realized that the bag they observed was no longer in the vehicle. Lieutenant Caviston and Officer Jower requested multiple other officers and canines to search for the missing bag along the route of pursuit, suspecting that the operator threw it out the window. Officers later located a 9mm semi-automatic firearm with a defaced serial number holding 11 rounds of ammunition approximately 1 mile from where the stop began. These two officers' actions reflect greatly on themselves and the Shrewsbury Police Department. The department would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Lieutenant Kevin Caviston and Officer Noah Joare for their outstanding contributions and service, awarded this day, the 21st of May, 2025. Our next Excellence Award goes to Officer Brandon Barrett and Officer Matt Matero. I would like them both to please come forward. Officers Brandon Barrett and Matt Matero distinguished themselves in March of 2025. At approximately 19:28 hours, Officers Barrett and Matero were in a two-man cruiser patrolling the White City Shopping Plaza. At this time, the officers ran a plate on a vehicle and noticed the plate came back to a different car. They then conducted a motor vehicle stop as the vehicle pulled into the Burger King parking lot. A roadside investigation led to the discovery that both the operator and the passenger had warrants for their arrest. Officers later discovered 82 grams of fentanyl inside the vehicle, as well as Suboxone, cocaine, and a .32 caliber bullet. Both suspects were arrested without incident. The officers' keen situational awareness and proactive police work led to getting a large amount of deadly drugs off the street. The department would like to extend our heartfelt appreciations to Officers Brandon Barrett and Matt Matero for their outstanding contributions and service, awarded this day, the 21st of May, 2025. In May of 2024, Sergeant Chris Abasha was working an off-duty work detail when a motorist notified him of a road rage incident where a firearm was brandished. After hearing a description of the suspect's vehicle over the radio, Officer Brandon Barrett was able to quickly locate the suspect's car and conduct a motor vehicle stop on Boston Turnpike. Officer Barrett ordered the male suspect out of the vehicle at gunpoint and was able to safely secure him. A black 9mm was then located in the center console of the vehicle, and the operator was subsequently arrested. Officer Barrett's ability to stay calm during a potential lethal encounter and his superior command presence was directly responsible for apprehending a dangerous suspect in a safe and efficient manner. The police department would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Officer Barrett for his outstanding contributions and service, awarded this day, the 21st of May, 2025. Our next Excellence Award goes to Officer Ashley Lundgren. I would ask that Officer Lundgren please step forward. In June of 2024, at approximately 2:17 a.m., Officer Lundgren was conducting a security check of a storage facility in town. She observed a vehicle outside of the unit with a registration plate that appeared to be altered, although in a very creative and unsuspecting manner. She then located a male who gave a fake identity and was acting suspiciously. Officer Lundgren conducted an investigation and discovered 27 grams of cocaine, 18 grams of crack cocaine, 9 grams of fentanyl, and 27 additional pills. She arrested the male and through good investigatory work was able to determine his true identity and discovered that he had 4 outstanding warrants for his arrest. Her excellent investigatory skills and proactive police work led to the arrest of the suspect and was responsible for getting dangerous and deadly drugs off the street. The police department would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Officer Lundgren for her outstanding contributions and service, awarded this day. I would like to invite Officer Waleed Belgu to come forward. In January of 2025, at approximately 1800 hours, Officer Belgu conducted a motor vehicle stop on Harrington Ave. The vehicle, being occupied by 4 individuals, was slow to stop, and just prior to stopping, a backseat passenger jumped out of the vehicle and ran. Officer Belgu observed the suspect clutching a back object, which he believed may have been a firearm. Officer Belgo was able to provide other officers with a detailed description of the suspect and held the other 3 suspects in the vehicle at gunpoint until other officers could arrive. Multiple officers responded and set up a perimeter while a canine and drone searched for the suspect. Later, officers were able to successfully locate the suspect hiding behind a vehicle and located a .40 caliber firearm loaded with 7 rounds of ammunition. Officer Belgu's ability to stay calm during a potentially lethal encounter, his superior command presence, and his ability to calmly provide other officers with a detailed description of the suspect were directly responsible for apprehending him and getting a firearm off the streets. His actions on this date reflect great credit upon himself and the Shrewsbury Police Department. We would like to present Officer Belgu with the Excellence Award for his outstanding contributions in service, awarded this day in 2015. Would Sergeant Mark Sloop please come forward? As everyone is aware, several cities and towns throughout our nation have suffered major incidents from swatting calls. Offenders call police departments regarding false, active shooter situations within the community. In May of 2024, Sergeant Sloop used his experience, sound judgment, and professionalism to prevent the town of Shrewsbury from becoming another example of this type of tragedy. On this date, the Shrewsbury Police Department received a 911 call from a male indicating that he had shot a female in the head and was holding 2 juveniles hostage. The caller stated that he had an AR-15 rifle, and if the police responded, he would shoot any police officers that arrived. Sergeant Sloop, suspecting that this call may be a swatting call, advised responding officers to set up a perimeter around the home and observe. Sergeant Sloop eventually confirmed with the homeowner that the call was false. His experience and leadership in the face of a possible deadly encounter were instrumental to de-escalating and ensuring a peaceful outcome of this incident. For his actions, the Shrewsbury Police Department would like to present Sergeant Sloop with the Excellence Award for his outstanding contributions in service. I would like to request Sergeant Matt Keola to please come forward. Sergeant Keola's actions in September of 2024 as the shift supervisor were instrumental in sniffing out yet another swatting type of call. On this date, the Shrewsbury Police Department received a 911 call from a male indicating that he had pistol whipped the victim, and if the police responded, he would shoot any officers that arrived. Sergeant Keola, suspecting that this call may be false, advised responding officers to set up a perimeter around the home and observe it. Using his tactical leadership skills and experience, Sergeant Keola was able to make visual assessments of the occupants in the home and eventually confirmed that the call was false. Sergeant Keola's sound judgment was responsible for successfully mitigating risks to both the occupants of the home and responding officers. For his actions, the Shrewsbury Police Department would like to present Sergeant Matt Keola with the Excellence Award for his outstanding contributions in service. Our next award will be the Shrewsbury Police Department Life Saving Award, presented to Officer Ahmed Kafel. I would request that Officer Kafel please come forward. In July of 2024, Officer Kafel distinguished himself by performing life-saving actions that saved a human life. On this date, Officer Kafel was off-duty at a restaurant in Newport, Rhode Island, when he noticed a woman who was choking on a large piece of food. A man who was dining with the victim attempted the Heimlich to assist the victim. However, he was unsuccessful. Officer Kafel rushed to the victim's aid, lifted her out of her chair, and was able to successfully dislodge the food after approximately 5 Heimlich attempts. The victim posted on social media that Officer Kafel had saved her life that night. She stated that her airway was completely blocked and had no recollection of Officer Kafel performing the Heimlich with her as she began to lose consciousness. The victim later contacted the Shrewsbury Police Department to thank Officer Kafel for saving her life and expressing her gratitude for his kindness and compassion during and after the incident. Officer Caffell is commended for his professionalism, his exceptional training and capabilities, which led to saving the victim's life. The Shrewsbury Police Department would like to present the department's life-saving award to Officer Ahmed Caffell for his immediate actions and capabilities awarded this day, the 21st of May. I would ask Sergeant Matt Keola and Officer Matt Matero to join Officer Caffell in the front. In August of 2024, Sergeant Matt Keola and Officers Matt Matero and Ahmed Caffell distinguished themselves by performing life-saving actions. In the early morning hours, they responded to a Shrewsbury residence for the report of an elderly male in cardiac arrest. Sergeant Keola and Officer Matero and Caffell were the first to arrive on scene and immediately began performing life-saving measures to include CPR and rescue breathing for the victim. Worcester EMS paramedics and Shrewsbury fire personnel also arrived on scene, and the victim was transported to a local hospital and made a full recovery. The victim's wife later contacted the police department to thank the officers who responded and directly credited them with saving her husband's life. The Shrewsbury Police Department would like to present the department's life-saving award to Sergeant Matthew Keola, Officers Ahmed Caffell and Matthew Matero for their immediate actions, training, and capabilities, awarded this day, the 21st of May, 2025. Our next life-saving award will be presented to Officer Trevor Andrews and Officer Noah Joer. In June of 2024, Officer Trevor Andrews and Noah Joer distinguished themselves by performing life-saving actions which saved a man in his 60s. On this evening, Officers Joer and Andrews were dispatched to a call of a report of a male having a heart attack. Prior to officers' arrival, the reporting party had advised that the victim was unresponsive and possibly not breathing. Making the situation even more challenging, the reporting party did not know the exact address where she and the victim were. She stated that they were outdoors, next to a shed, in a location that was partially obscured by bushes and brush. Officer Joer and Officer Andrews arrived in the general vicinity and began to search for the victim, at times running at a sprinting pace. Fortunately, they quickly located the victim and began life-saving efforts. Officer Andrews began with CPR compressions while Officer Joer provided rescue breaths. After the arrival of additional Shrewsbury police officers, Shrewsbury firefighters, and paramedics, the victim was transported to a local hospital where he later recovered. The Shrewsbury Police Department would like to present the department's life-saving award to Officer Trevor Andrews and Noah Joer for their immediate actions. The final life-saving award will be presented to a group of officers and command staff that performed heroic efforts in saving a drowning male. I would invite Chief Kevin Anderson, Lieutenant Nicholas Perna, Sergeant Brian Sloot, Sergeant Mark Sloot, Officer Jordan Carroll, Officer Chad Chesna, and Officer Devin O'Brien to please come forward. In March of 2025, Chief Kevin Anderson, Lieutenant Nicholas Perna, Sergeant Brian Sloot, and Mark Sloot, along with Officers Jordan Carroll, Chad Chesna, and Devin O'Brien, distinguished themselves by performing life-saving actions. On this date, all of the officers responded to a call of a report of a missing male near the Route 9 bridge. A short time later, officers spotted the male in the water under the bridge, approximately 300 feet from shore. The victim appeared to be struggling to stay afloat and was calling out for help. At this time, the air temperature was approximately 40 degrees, with an estimated water temperature of 42 degrees. Chief Anderson, along with multiple other officers, were able to throw the victim multiple flotation devices and rescue discs from the bridge above. The rescue discs are not designed to rescue victims from above, so officers improvised and used a rope from the rescue disc to pull the victim along the bridge as he grasped onto a flotation device. They were able to successfully shout instructions to the victim and reassure him in the freezing waters. Once the victim was close enough to shore, a rescue diver and additional officers were able to pull him onto the shore safely. He was provided critically needed medical attention and was transported to the hospital where he made a full recovery. The officer's decisive and quick actions to devise an unconventional plan to rescue a drowning victim were directly responsible for saving the victim's life. The Shrewsbury Police Department would like to present the department's life-saving awards to Chief Kevin Anderson, Lieutenant Nicholas Perna, Sergeant Brian Sploot, Sergeant Mark Sploot, Officer Jordan Carroll, Officer Chad Chisnett, and Officer Devin O'Brien for their immediate actions, training, and capabilities awarded this day, the 21st of May, 2025.
What's up?
Thank you. The next awards will be the Shrewsbury Police Department Meritorious Service Award. Officer Chad Chisnett has distinguished himself in the performance of his outstanding service to the Shrewsbury Police Department as the department's canine officer for over 17 years. Officer Chisnett worked with his canine partner Buzzy from 2007 to 2014 and Canine Hunter from 2015 to 2024. Any time of day, all weather conditions, including on his days off, Officer Chisnett would respond to the aid of officers and citizens who needed assistance. A true testament to Officer Chisnett's commitment to the responsibilities of his position and to his fellow officers. Officer Chisnett, along with Canine Buzzy and Canine Hunter, responded to over 9,600 calls together over their tours of duty. Included in these calls were countless incidents where Officer Chisnett and his canine located violent, armed, and unpredictable suspects, hidden drugs and weapons, critical pieces of evidence that suspects had attempted to conceal in wooded and suburban areas, and perhaps most importantly, on numerous occasions, they were able to locate missing and endangered people, individuals who would have likely succumbed to medical emergencies and harsh elements if they had not been quickly located. Officer Chisnett and his canines were the cornerstones of Shrewsbury Police Department's community policing efforts over the years, as they were always a welcome sight as events for the citizens and families of Shrewsbury. The distinctive accomplishments of Officer Chisnett reflect great credit upon himself and the Shrewsbury Police Department. The department would like to present the Meritorious Service Award to Officer Chad Chisnett. Our next Meritorious Service Award will be presented to Officer Noah Jouer. Officer Jouer distinguished himself by demonstrating exemplary courage in the line of duty while responding to an incident in November of 2024. On this date, Officer Jouer was dispatched to a call for a distraught female screaming outside. He was the first to arrive on scene and discovered the distraught female covered in blood holding a firearm. Officer Jouer then discovered a victim in a nearby residence suffering from a gunshot wound. Still the lone officer on scene at the time, having limited knowledge of what had occurred and with little regard to his own safety, Officer Jouer was able to maintain his composure and secure and maintain a chaotic scene safely and professionally until more officers arrived. Officer Jouer then attempted to assist the victim until paramedics were able to transport them to the hospital. He then assisted the Massachusetts State Police and Shrewsbury Police detectives in conducting a complex investigation into the circumstances of the incident. His actions on this date demonstrated outstanding professional conduct and courage while placing himself in a potentially perilous situation to attempt to help a citizen in need. The actions of Officer Jouer reflect great credit upon himself and the Shrewsbury Police Department. The department would like to the Meritorious Service Award to Officer Noah Joea for his outstanding professional conduct and courage, awarded this day, the 21st of May, 2016. Our final award of the evening will be the Shrewsbury Police Department Distinguished Action Award. I ask Sergeant Matthew Caiola, Officer Ahmed Kafel, and Officer Matt Matero to please come forward. In May of 2024, these three officers distinguished themselves by demonstrating exemplary bravery in the line of duty while responding to an incident. The Northborough Police Department had requested mutual aid for an active shooting situation which had just occurred at a large house party with hundreds of people present. Sergeant Caiola, who was the patrol supervisor on duty, along with Officers Matero and Kafel, all responded immediately to help. Upon arrival, they were met with an extremely chaotic scene, encountering multiple gunshot victims and hundreds of individuals who were attempting to leave and were in various states of panic. Any suspects, their whereabouts, or any weapons which had been used were completely unknown at this point in the chaos, making the officers and the bystanders' safety vulnerable to an additional attack. Due to the traffic congestion of bystanders attempting to flee, ambulance and cruisers were not able to get near the location of the victims. Instead, the officers had to respond by foot. Upon their arrival, they located multiple victims. They attempted to provide life-saving measures to a gravely wounded victim. In addition to providing medical aid, the officers attempted to gather information regarding the incident from bystanders. The officers then carried the gravely wounded victim hundreds of feet to an awaiting ambulance that could not get any closer to the scene due to the traffic and the chaos. While maintaining superior situational awareness as a supervisor on scene and ensuring other officers and bystander safety, Sergeant Caiola also ensured that the multiple calls in Shrewsbury that were going on at the same time were handled safely and properly, including a domestic dispute. During this incident, all four officers disregarded their own personal safety by putting themselves in harm's way in an attempt to locate the shooting suspects and assist any victims. Their exemplary and brave actions represent the absolute best that the Shrewsbury Police Department has to offer and reflect great credit upon themselves and the Shrewsbury Police Department. The Shrewsbury Police Department would like to present the department's Distinguished Action Award to Sergeant Matthew Caiola, Officer Ahmed Kafel, and Officer Matthew Matero. Sergeant Caiola, Officer Kafel, and Officer Matero were also recognized by the Massachusetts House of Representatives. The proclamation reads, "Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Sergeant Matthew Caiola, Officer Ahmed Kafel, and Officer Matthew Matero in recognition of being awarded the Shrewsbury Police Department Distinguished Action Award. Thank you for your courageous service and dedication to keeping our town safe. Shrewsbury is incredibly proud of you. Congratulations." I would now like to bring up Chief of Police Kevin Anderson for closing remarks.
Thank you all for being here tonight. This ceremony highlights the great teamwork that makes Shrewsbury such a thriving community. The examples we've seen tonight truly demonstrate our officers putting the department's vision into action. We really do serve better together. Our ability to consistently provide high-quality police services relies heavily on the dedication of our sworn and civilian employees, as well as the support of our community members. Thank you again for joining us here tonight.
That concludes our event for the evening. Please join us for some refreshments. Thank you.